Whenever the re-chapter is released on Saturday night, I always read it late Saturday night, and I'm like, I can't review this now. I just can't review this now. So I always have to end up waiting till Sunday morning, but I really was hyped when I read this chapter because NUTCRACKER went in. NUTCRACKER went in. I was not expecting NUTCRACKER to be a thing. Like, I thought NUTCRACKER was going to be fodder. Honestly, I honestly did. I thought NUTCRACKER was simply the basis and the catalyst for this arc to kick off. And that she was thrown in the way. With all the big players we had around right now, I was like, NUTCRACKER ain't shit. NUTCRACKER's lurking, so what? Rating changed from A to S, dude. Rating changed from A to S. 2 Kagunes. She's dual wielding the B-Kaku and the Kokaku, dude. I haven't seen that shit. See, there's only 2 situations in all of Tokyo Ghoul where we've seen a ghoul dual wield Kagune like that. One in Hinami's case, where she got her father Fuwaguchi's Kagune and her mother's Kagune, and so she has both. And 2 in the case of Kakuja, where they're basically manipulating, like you see Eto manipulating a bunch of shit at once. You see Kaneki with Centipede form manipulating a bunch of shit at once, and they have different things bursting out of them. Because Kaneki's Centipede tail is basically like a Pikachu. Eto, when she dons the owl form, has a bunch of fucking different, like all the variations almost of Kagune, except for a Bikaku. Even Yoshimura, you know, was able to fuse a bunch of, you know, he was using an Ukaku, he was using a Kokaku, he was using a Renkaku. So I'm like, dude, this is sick. This is fucking, and not only that, because NUTCRACKER's just going in like a fiend, dude. NUTCRACKER's going in like a fucking fiend. You see her, as soon as the dude from the Oshiba squad, I believe it was, is about to update her stats, because they're good, at first they're going in, right? And they're like, this is nothing, we got it, it's just a single Bikaku, it's an A-rate Bikaku, but we got this. And NUTCRACKER's just slicing people up, just decimating them, dude. And then once they realize, she sets up a trap. You see, these are the kinds of the development of the Kagune abilities that I like to see when Ishida does stuff like this, and we get, you know, new information really subtly like this. Like, for example, Matsuma, which I'll get to in a second when she saves, or he saves, you know, Kanye. And now this, you know, NUTCRACKER sets up a trap, basically, in the ceiling, if I'm reading everything correctly, and using her Kagune that way, and just as they're about to update her rating and say it themselves, she just comes and stomps the dude out in the nuts, dude. Just you see it like crap. You see his face, dude, the agony, and then she just slurps it up. I'm like, this bitch is crazy, dude. This bitch is insane. She's fucking crazy. Then she goes up to the other girl that's standing there. She's like, oh, you're beautiful. You have such nice eyes. Look at that wide forehead. Just fucking cracks her skull in, dude. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? After giving her a kiss, has blood all over her face. Oh my god, NUTCRACKER is a fiend. NUTCRACKER's crazy. And, you know, Chibi always has these speculations with the tarot cards, and that's why I love Chibi's reviews, dude. No, because I wouldn't have noticed it until I saw the 3 on her face after Chibi put it on. I'm like, yo, that shit is beast, that shit is beast. So, see Ishida once again using the tarot cards and implying that NUTCRACKER is going to be a legitimate threat going forward. So, everybody like me who was like, yo, NUTCRACKER ain't shit, she just bitch slapped us. She straight up just bitch slapped us. She's coming after our nuts. I'm scared. I'm scared of NUTCRACKER. I'm not even gonna lie to you. And for those reasons alone, finally we can get away from the Seido thumbnails. Finally we can get away from the Seido thumbnails, because that shit is getting insane. But like I was saying, this chapter not only building up NUTCRACKER and showing that she's fucking insane, dude, and that she's definitely a threat going forward. And now you see Sasaki, you know, Saiko and Shirazu going to confront her because, you know, basically Washu and Sasaki kind of figure out that Aogiri being there and none of the auction people being there, they must be held up somewhere in the administrative building hiding out, and NUTCRACKER's the only thing that's standing in their way right now. So, going over there, although Ayato is definitely going to look for Big Madam, so Ayato I think will also be standing in their way, but they're going to have their hands full, because NUTCRACKER's no pushover. Like at first, before this chapter, if they were just going to go run into NUTCRACKER, I would be like, it's done. Saki can destroy NUTCRACKER. But, you know, and I still think Kaneki / Sasaki is more beast than NUTCRACKER, in all honesty. But gonna be pushed to his limits. He's gonna have to, you know, pull out his Kagune. It's not like he can rely on the Quinky and everything like that. I feel it. I feel it. So if they confront each other, I think this is also a good opportunity for Shirazu and Saiko to have to go in. And I'm kind of scared for them, though, because Nutcracker doesn't give any shits. So, Nutcracker, fucking twisted, crazy bitch who just goes in with the dual Kagune. And I like to see that. If the trap is confirmed, that means she can also detach her Kagune, or she set it up somehow by roping around, you know, the Kokaku without them noticing. One or the other. Either way, it leads into my next point where Kanye is going in against Shirazu, Urie, and Sasaki. And you just see him, he's like, this fucking pig. It's this pig. This is the pig that made Master Shoes. When you just going in, right? Gets destroyed. And I don't, like, honestly, you're gonna go up against all three of them at once. There's no way Kanye could have won. Even Sasaki alone, I wouldn't say Kanye could beat Sasaki, right? But Urie's got, you know, a power upgrade. Shirazu was never just garbage to begin with. Shirazu's a beast. Like, I like Shirazu when it comes to a fight. I'll put money on him. So they make quick work of him. They make quick work of him. He's blinded by his rage and anger towards Sasaki for making Master Shu that way, for making Tsukiyama into his disheveled state. And then he gets saved by Tsukiyama's other attendant, Matsume. Or I believe, I can't tell if it's a woman or a male. All I know the name is Matsume. And basically she has these thorn type, you know, rinkakus, and she basically detaches them and sets up a wall. And I'm like, when has this ever happened? I can't recall. I don't think there's any wall. I don't think anybody's ever detached their Kagune straight out, flat out like that, and made a structure out of it. So I'm like, yo, just subtly with these kinds of abilities, you know, Triple Blades is over there with Naki showing these crazy variations to, you know, the Kokakus and stuff like that, you know, the dual wielding showcase. So Ishida just subtly throughout this arc has been, interweaving it and influencing the structure of Kagunes and building them up and making, you know, it more expansive. So I like that. I really like that because you're getting more variation and deviation in terms of the powers in this universe, and it's fucking insane. It's fucking beast, dude. So we have that, and basically they get away, right? There's only two more things I need to talk about this chapter after coming off Nutcracker and just the variations of the Kagune that we get built up. So Sasaki is basically talking with Washu, and I like the fact that they recognize that Sasaki is fucking, you know, he's keen. He understands the situation when Washu's asking him about where he thinks the auction people went. And Sasaki basically puts in a request. He's like, Mutsuki, honestly, would just hold them back at this point. She's injured. You know, they gotta get her out of there. And he basically, let's evac her. And Washu agrees. Personally, I thought Washu would have been like, fuck that. Like, just go. Just go. Like, Washu is just a heartless bastard. The young Washu, the youngest of the Washu, seems like a heartless bastard to me. So, I'm surprised he even agreed to it. He might have some other agenda, but we know that his whole thing right now is killing Big Madam no matter what. No matter what, that is his end game with this mission. So I'm surprised he agreed to it, but he's like, let's get Urie to do it. He's the only one. And Sasaki agrees. Urie's the only one. You know, Shirazu's bad with directions. He says Saiko and Mutsuki together as a fighting force wouldn't be able to make it out of there. So he sends Urie. Yo, Urie's reaction, dude. Urie's fucking reaction. You just see him like, what? What about my achievements? No! And you just see, if you read the little text behind his face in that one panel, he's like, fuck this bastard. What is he he's like, he's the one that wants to get him out of there. Why doesn't he just do it himself? Like, bullshit. Pull the shot. I'm like, yo, Urie, man. This is why he's a prick. This is exactly why I don't like Urie, man. This is exactly it. Like, I respect that he goes in hard. He's willing to do anything for these achievements to, you know, avenge his father. I respect that. Respect that. But he's a prick. He's a fucking asshole, dude. What the fuck? Just calm down. Get your comrade out of there. Do you not care at all? And then you see him taking her out. You see, like, alright, I got this. And they split up. And I like how Ishida showed that map, which I'll get into in a second. I'm liking the maps during the auction, right? They split off. And Urie is literally like, stop, Mutsuki. I'm sorry. And you see this sinister smile on his face. I wouldn't even be surprised if Urie just killed her off himself and started treading down that dark path and then goes back to, you know, get his achievements and shit like that. Either way, you know, I just don't fuck with him. I don't fuck with Urie. He's a fucking prick, dude. And I don't know what he's gonna do. I don't know if he's just gonna leave her there and go on his way. I don't know if he's gonna kill her himself. I don't know what he has planned. Either way, they're going down the path, if you look at the map, they're about to confront Seido with Otto's, who had just destroyed Otto's group. So, you're gonna leave her to die at Seido's hands? Is Urie gonna fight Seido after killing me? I don't even know, dude. But Urie is up to something. Urie is plotting. Urie is always scheming. He's been scheming since the beginning. And all he gives a shit about is himself and his achievements. Straight up. Straight up. Can't even help your comrade. Can't even follow fucking orders, dude. Somebody needs to, yo, you see that time where he got smacked up? That needs to happen a couple more times for it to go through his head. But this is the beginning of Urie training down that dark path. And if he confronts somebody like Seido, who's just been proven to be completely OP and crazy at this point, like I'm going to talk about him last this time, it's going to push him to use, you know, the new FK, you know, shit that he's got and use more of his Kaguna and everything like that. So we'll see him start to tread the path of madness as well. Either way, Urie is interesting, but he's a fucking asshole. I hate him, okay? Done. You fucking fiendish smile. Can't even... I digress. The last thing I want to talk about with this chapter is Seido, dude. That last page, like, I kind of wanted to use it for the thumbnail, but I was like, no, Nutcracker was the shining point of this chapter. Nutcracker's fucking crazy, and Urie's smile was fucking beast to me, so I figure I'm gonna go with that. I already thought of it before I did this, right? But Seido, that panel, you know, while she was like, Otto squad, trying to get the Otto squad to go over and assist Sasaki and everything. He's like, Otto, where are you? Come in, go do this. Did you read me? And you just see this fucking page where Seido's just munching on the man's head. He's like, oh, this is delicious. Oh, just fucking like, yes, the brain jam, just eating it, dude. Like, holding it in his hands like a fucking watermelon or some shit. I don't even know, dude. And he's basically like, Roger. I'm just like, what the fuck? Every time we've seen Seido in these last 4 chapters, he's utterly most fiendish panels. Straight up. And you just see the 2 other people in the Otto squad just cowering in the corner in fear. They're just like, oh shit, what the fuck? And I'm just like, oh my goodness, this is so twisted. Seido, Takizawa Seido, man. All I know, like I've said it before, I'll say it again, all I know is Amon's not going to be this fucking warped into Prick. I already know. It's because Seido's personality was so fragile to begin with, and he was definitely tortured on, you know, because basically being a subordinate of Hoji, Tatara definitely had ill will towards him and everything like that. Probably had Naki up in the new Yamori torture chamber fucking with Seido's mind offhand like that. Even if Amon was tortured in a similar fashion, I think his more, you know, his mental resolve is much stronger than Seido's, where he wouldn't be completely broken like that. So, we'll have to wait and see. You know, it would be more along the lines of Kaneki. If in Amon's case. So, I hope we see that soon. But regardless, this auction's been too hype, and we still got so many players at hand. Juzo's still lurking, you know. They're not showing Juzo or Ayato on the map, but you know they're still making moves around there. You know, I want to get back to the Uta, to the Clowns versus Hirako squad and everything, because that shit is fucking my shit right now. That is my ultimate shit. And then we still have Naki and the Triple Blades, you know, his subordinate, going out there, going against Akira and the rest of them. And now you have Sasaki moving in against Nutcracker and everything like that, which is going to be fucking insane. I want to see some Nutcracker dialogue after this reveal, because I'm just like, yo, I'm hype on Nutcracker. She's fucking twisted, she's eating testicles, she's going in, it's fucked up. That's pretty much everything I wanted to cover with this chapter. It was a crazy chapter, in my opinion. I was hyped when I read it last night, and I really wanted to do the review, but I was like, it's too late. It's fucking late as fuck. I'm not going to do it now. Let me know your thoughts. I'm out. Peace.